You've seen how we can construct the dashboard up here. Now I'm going to make it look even more like a real Facebook application as I add tabs over here. Now let's take a look and see how I do this. This is a very, very common thing that you're going to want to do. You'll use the standard Facebook tabs, and your app is becoming more and more like a real Facebook application. Of course, these links are all dead. If you click here, you'll find a file missing. But after we finish the next segment of constructing these tabs, we're going to come back and then explore creating those files. But the next step now is to create the tabs. So let's close this window and come down here, and I will show you how we do that. What I've got is this FBML construct. It's an element called tabs. Here's the opening tag, closing tag, and within it there are these three tab items which you saw. Now I'm outside of the PHP code, which is up here. This is FBML. Like HTML, it is simply emitted back up to Facebook, which then interprets it and puts it into the window. But one of the things that you can do with PHP is to place it not just in its own chunk, but within a line of code. So that, for example, here I have a tab item which is going to have the title Browse Pics. And I need an href for it. And I need the prefix, which is the canvas page URL. And then the suffix will be browsepics.php. Now the canvas page was specified when we set up the application, but I now need it within my code. I need to know where to go to find the browse pics file. And that's why I separately created the config.php file, one of the reasons why I created config.php, with a variable which I can access here called canvas page. Now, I had commented it out, but now I need it, and the canvas page is going to be appsfacebook.com/jfbird/. So when I pick it up here, this code is going to be http:// then I take this PHP code, which will become this code, and append browsepics PHP to it. So I need the canvas page variable here. I will be using it throughout my application, and I can get to it because I've required it up here. So I've got config.php in there. Now, why did I put this here? I put it in config.php because I will need it, as you can expect, in many, many of the files in my application. It also means, as I've said before, that if you are switching this code and running it in a different environment, all you have to do is change the canvas page, and all of the rest of the code will work properly. So I've got config.php. I've enabled this line of code, and I've got this code here with PHP code within my FBML. And now all I do is run it, and I will move this up here a little bit and come back and pick up Safari. And redo the application, and let's just briefly compare what you're seeing in the Facebook application with the code that you're seeing here. This was the dashboard code that's up here, and now see you have Browse Pics, My Pics, and Friends Pics, the titles here, and the names of the files here. If you click on these, they're not going to be enabled, or they will be enabled, but they won't be able to go through to a file because these files don't exist yet. But that's how I create an application that is starting to function like a real Facebook application. Now, you may wonder why I didn't put these tabs into the dashboard, because I'm going to use them in many places. I'll want this same combination of the dashboard and these three tabs. And the reason I didn't put the tabs into dashboard is that as I am using these tabs, I am going to want to have the appropriate tab highlighted when I am on that one. Right now I'm not on any of them, but I'm going to want to select one of the three tabs depending on where I am, so it won't be exactly the same. So this code is going to be outside of the dashboard structure.